and you live close to the ocean. So me, for example, I live close to an ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. And let's say that there was an earthquake that happened, maybe 50 to 100 kilometers off the coast. One of the problems that you would run into with an earthquake happening in the ocean is that you would get a tsunami, basically just this giant wave that would just come out in all directions. Um, so me living along a beach, um, I see that there's this threat. I see that this attack is coming. Unfortunately, I can't fully stop it. The only thing I can basically do is to try to reduce the damaging effects by either moving to higher ground, moving further away from the ocean. So, from a technology standpoint, this kind of attack, Amazon probably saw it coming, but um, they couldn't fully stop it. So, they were able to quickly reduce the effects by, tightening some security measures, some rules. Um, So, to my knowledge, nobody was fired from this, by the way. Um, it was handled quickly, it was handled professionally. No one's personal information was compromised. Nobody's financial information was compromised. It was just really a major inconvenience. Um, but Amazon was able to stop it and bring servers back up pretty quickly. Um, so yeah, this first type of attack is really meant to be a pain in the behind or a real nuisance. Um, the next kind of attack is known as domain hijacking. Another way to look at domain hijacking is it's typically associated with how do I want to word it? Basically fake websites. So websites that are designed to basically steal your information, whether it's login information, whether it's financial information. Um, so domain hijacking, basically, when you put in, for example, um, let me do this, for example. Let me come out of a slide here. You know what? I will use my site for an example. Um, I'm about to say if it decides to show up. So this is the website for my business. Generally, it looks like a perfectly fine site. So the question then becomes, how do we know that the site is actually really my site and that it's not?
Mitchell, you have too much salt.
May I cook then?
Oh, hello. Oh, there you go. Tamba just logged in. So how can we be sure that this is really my site and not a website that's trying to steal or get your information? So whenever you visit a website, one, you want it to actually, oh, it doesn't say it here. I'm going to click on this little item here next to my website. First thing it tells me is that the connection is secure. Okay, wonderful. But that's not enough because sometimes when websites are hijacked, they're also hijacked with a secure connection or a secure certificate. So next thing is I'm going to click here. It says my certificate is valid, but I actually want to see what it says in my security certificate. Okay, wonderful. Um, so it tells me who the certificate was issued to, um, who gave me the security certificate, which Let's Encrypt is one of the most popular security certificate organizations for websites. You see the date that it was issued, which was March 7th. You see when it expires, which will be the 5th of June. And you see down here, which if you take my 12-week course, we'll go over this last section here. This is related to data encryption. And these are security keys. Um, so all of this checks out. This is truly my website. It's not a fake. Now, when you get to a domain hijack, the hacker basically takes over your web address. So if my website were hacked, that would mean a hacker would take over ryanfoster.tech and actually point it to a fake website. And to use it for an example, in 2015, Google, that has domains all over the world. They have in the US, it's google.com. In the UK, it's more than likely google.co.uk. In Nigeria, it's more than likely google.ng. In Japan, it's more than likely google.jp, excuse me. And in 2015, for example, in Vietnam, Google had their domain hacked. And because the hackers were able to take their domain and point it to a fake website, that's what happened to Google in 2015. What can hackers do with this type of attack? As I mentioned, they can create a fake website that will collect your credit card information, bank account information. Uh, it can have you log into Gmail, for example, but it's not really a Gmail website. So they would then get your Gmail name, your Gmail password, and would be able to get in and then do other kinds of attacks. So domain hijacking is essentially taking over a .com, creating a fake website that's normally intended to steal information. So that is the essence of what domain hijacking is. Any questions on domain hijacking?
So how would you know if your domain has been hijacked?
Yeah, so the best way, oops, sorry. So the best way, and this has to be a habit that people as computer users have to be mindful of. So I'll use google.com for an example here. So um typically, so yeah, about this page, you see that Google is a multinational company, certificate is legitimate, and the only true way you could tell whether or not a site is real or the site is fake is one, sometimes the fake sites have misspellings. So please be on the lookout for the way words and sentences are spelled on a website. They may not use some businesses may have changed logos recently to a newer logo. So please be on the lookout for that because sometimes the fake websites are not using the latest design. So that goes to maybe it being a fake site. Um, yeah, so things that give it away is the user experience looks not recent. There's misspellings on a page. Matter of fact, see if I can actually see if I can Google a sample of do images. Yeah, I'm trying to see an image, but I'll use this screenshot for example. So Google will actually proactively scan websites as well. And if in the search engine it detects that a website looks hacked, it will in your search results tell you that we think that this website is hacked in order to prevent you from clicking on it and going to a certain place. So domain hijacking is not the most effective kind of attack for a hacker to obtain personal information. There's too many scans, vulnerability scans, malware scans that can normally catch websites that are not genuine. But you can normally tell. I'll pick another website. I don't want to sign into weather.com. So I'll pick this here. There's a website here, weather.com, that says that the website is both secure and it has a valid security certificate. They use a company called DigiCert. Again, the dates that they got it, the date that the certificate expires is valid.